What it do, YouTube? Eyes and Ears Tactical back in the building with another video. Y'all ain't gonna be happy. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Man, it seems like Texas is just dropping the ball in all kind of angles right now. Man, where's Greg Abbott at when you need him, man? Shout out to everybody, man. Hope everybody's doing well, man. Man, woo-wee, it's going down in Houston, man. So let me start off by saying, YouTube, I'm in a safe control environment. There's nobody around, no kids, no old people. I'm all by myself. Firearms is empty. Nothing in the chamber, in the tube. Receiver empty. Safe, everything's safe. So man, I got a couple of pieces of information to drop on you, but I'm gonna spread it out and make it 2 videos because I don't want to do a 30-minute video and all that. But Houston, we have a problem, man. So man, all I want to say is this, man. I just did a video recently about, you know, China's not our friend, Mexico's not our friend. Well, we got a bunch of sellouts right now in leadership in all areas of leadership in our country. I'm talking about from the White House, senators, governors, lieutenant governors, attorney generals, police chiefs, fire chiefs, detectives, COs in prisons, wardens. I mean, any judicial facet in our country is corrupt, or they're clout chasing, or they want to have a piece of what other people work for. They want to circumvent it by criminal activities. So the criminal element, the criminal world itself, like I was saying, is being facilitated by law enforcement, by the justice system, by people in power. You can't have generations and generations of the same neighborhood riddled with crime, riddled with drugs, prostitution, gambling, all this kind of stuff. You can't have prisoners with fucking cell phones, weed, getting Popeyes chicken and all that kind of stuff. It has to come from somebody inside allowing us looking the other way. And I just don't know why people don't understand that. So with that being said, man, stand by real quick. Let me show you this clip real quick. This is terrible right here. And let me know what you guys think about this one.
Tonight, a Houston defense attorney just appeared before a judge less than an hour ago.
Yeah, he's the latest attorney to be accused of smuggling drugs to a client.
Man, this dude looked like he owned drugs.
County Jail. Anieli Ruiz live outside the jail tonight. Anieli, the latest arrest here in a crackdown on drugs and contraband flowing into the jail.
Everybody know they be bringing that shit in there.
Well, that's right. 2 of the 3 people charged were just in court moments ago. We were able to learn more details about what exactly happened. Now, according to court documents, they passed these drugs into the jail in February and April of this year. Now, take a look. This is the attorney who was just
If he don't look nuts, somebody tell me what nuts is.
The second person
She look kind of angry.
40-year-old Tanisha Butler. They're both being charged with engaging in organized criminal activity and a prohibited substance in a correctional facility. He's the 3rd attorney to be arrested since the sheriff started cracking down on drugs and contraband in the jail last year. And according to the sheriff's tweet earlier today, he said this was part of the security division and human traffic team and warrants division. Now, in court, the judge said they have documents of over 10 pages long, and it details a phone call on how this all occurred. Take a listen.
Go to the jail by means of having legal documents or some type of documents go into the jail that were laced or dipped in some type of controlled substance, and that occurred. And the detention officer and deputies were able to recover those items.
Now, their bond tonight is set at $75,000 each. We're told that substance, according to right now what we heard in court, it was some kind of synthetic cannabis. Now, I have reached out to Simmons' office for comment, but have not heard back. And by the way, the 3rd person being charged in this case is a 22-year-old Joshua Jovan Piper. He's set to appear in court later on tonight. Of course, we're hoping to get that information from his court appearance as well. Reporting live, Anieli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
Also.
Okay, I'm back. You saw it. You saw it right there. That is absolutely disgusting. You got to admit, that's terrible right there. Come on, man. Even if you're a person in law enforcement or the justice system, you got to admit, y'all working with people that are corrupt. And I totally know y'all know who they are. I think every law enforcement agency knows what's going down and how it's being facilitated, but they actually are being extorted and being threatened with their lives too. And that's why it keeps continuing going. And that's why you don't see that many whistleblowers no more, because there's no protection for them. There's nowhere to go in these agencies to say, hey man, look man, my sergeant is dirty, man. Hey, my lieutenant is dirty. They're gonna light you up. You gonna come up short, missing somewhere, man. I mean, man, look at that, man. You saw the clip, man. That's in Houston, Texas, man. Like that's crazy. So if that's one person, those two, and that dude looked nuts. You got to admit that attorney looks crazy. He looked like he owned drugs, and that's what I'm getting at. You still human at the end of the day. Your job title don't make you immune to emotions, feelings, stress, financial difficulties, breakups with your girlfriend, wife, marriage, all that kind of stuff. That shit don't go away just because you're a cop or a lieutenant or whatever you may be, or a police chief or a lawyer. It does not go away. So if there's any weakness, any fragility in that individual person's chest or lifestyle, these criminals are gonna find a crack and get in there, and they're gonna take over your life. So clearly, dude looked bugged out, like he was on some shit. So you have to know, like, everybody knew this guy has a problem, right? How did they get this far, man? You know, how did these people get this far up the ladder? How do they get in those positions? How do they retain those positions? Why is it that people just look the other way in some of the most important key positions that we need in society to be really, really legit? We need to be really professional. We need people to be really on point and doing things the right way. But it appears to me, silly old me, that it's the opposite way. It's basically the people who have the most power in any of those positions. The meter taker, the guy or lady that drives around a little bitty buggy and getting parking tickets, they're not so much corrupt. Y'all worrying about them like, traffic wars, all these TV shows. Man, get the hell out of here. Once y'all show these fucking judges and stuff and these attorneys and these DAs and these state prosecutors, show how dirty they are. Going to strip clubs, using their weight, using their weight to like go in strip clubs and don't pay because they know the seedy stuff going on in the strip club. So when the DA comes in there, he or she don't have to pay for drinks or whatever it may be, VIP treatment and everything. So the seedy underworld knows that these people can be bought, can be paid off. They know that they're dope fiends too. I know everybody want to think, it's shout out to the Alert Zone TV. Everyone want to think it's Pookie and Ray Ray. No, Pookie and Ray Ray ain't the only ones out there selling drugs and the Alert Zone. What do you say? Taisha, not Tanya, whatever. What those names he be coming up with? But I know what he's getting at. Everybody want to point to drugs and corruption, and they want to start all the way at the bottom. Nah, bruh. This stuff is at the top, and the only reason why it can still operate that's why there's always going to be low income housing. They're going to keep funding it. The Democratic Party did it. They started it all. Subsidized housing, all that kind of stuff. It's always going to be there because all these agencies make billions of dollars off keeping these people in a hostile environment with all type of corruption going on, all types of corruption. I mean, from every level. I told you guys in one of my videos, anybody who has a scheme, some dude sitting back in Bangladesh right now trying to come up with a scheme on the internet to fraud people out of insurance, guess where he's trying to get it done at? In America. If there's some cat in Venezuela thinking about setting up a drug ring operation, and he's trying to get out of Venezuela, guess where he's trying to head? He's trying to head to America. If there's some cat sitting up in Southeast Asia trying to traffic 100 women over the border, what border do you think he's trying to get them over to? He ain't trying to get the motherfuckers to Cambodia. He's trying to get their ass over here to America. Because you can go to Thailand and Vietnam and buy women and do what you want with them. Have them clean up your hotel room, whatever, sex, whatever. That ain't no big deal. The market is here. Now, clearly, with all the surge of internet and people get to see how people live their best life, as they call it. I don't know what that shit means. I'm living my best life. And you should live your best life every day. Why you got to announce it? So everybody who want to live their best life, there's a lot of people can't afford that lifestyle, and they're in power, and they're like, wait a minute. I want to live like Taylor Swift. I want to live like so and so, like Kim Kardashian. I want to live like, you know, whatever, a celebrity or a famous athlete or whatever. And that's where the problem lies, that envy and that jealousy. So if they can step on somebody or circumvent the system, some kind of corrupted plan, they're going to do it. Now, you heard the dudes say this cat was known. This guy's known. These people are known. They know who they are. How did they get caught, though? See, what happened is they pissed somebody off and someone snitched them out. You see what I'm saying? So, man, this is a problem, man. This is a problem. And I don't want to hear nothing about no election. There's been a lot of cases but that are popping up all of a sudden now. And don't tell me that like all of a sudden now that everyone's starting to find out like this is what's going on. Man, come on, man. The prison system. I mean, I had several relatives who go to prison. I got relatives in prison right now. And I can tell you right now, anybody who's ever had a relative in prison or any COs on this channel watching, y'all know damn well half that shit is getting in. It's getting in through the fucking guards, okay? It's getting in through the reception center. It's getting in through the waiting areas. Man, these dudes in prison got TVs. They cooking meals, YouTube channels. Motherfuckers got Jordans on, chilling, haircuts, clippers, tattoos. That's why prison ain't no deterrent no more. Shit, back in the day, prison was rough, and not no more. That shit's like a vacation now. Those cats go up in there and get beefed up, get fat, eat good, get cleaned up, clean out their system, get all that shit out, and toxins out, and then they come out and do the same shit all over again. But more importantly, they know when they go to jail, they got access to weed, cocaine, drugs, everything. I mean, it's unbelievable. And and that's why you don't hear nothing about the prisoners. You don't hear nothing about the prisoners in the CDC system no more. You don't hear nothing about inmates in prison systems anymore. You don't hear about a lot of stabbings and stabbings, and you don't hear none of that stuff no more. The reason why you don't hear it no more, because it's being facilitated and it's being honored by the warden and by the COs. Because if everybody's making money up in there, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. The only time the prison system get upset when you fuck with their money. So this is what it is, man. And this is how it's getting in. So Houston, yeah, y'all got a problem, man. And I got another clipping I'm gonna show you, not on this video, but it's even more disturbing. But I just want to bring this up, man, and let y'all see the faces of criminals. That's why I put that clip up there. I'm tired of everybody putting the same face up. Like, shout out to the Alert Zone TV. It ain't Pookie and Ray Ray all the time. It ain't, man. These criminal factions are coming in all different shapes and sizes and colors. But more importantly, it's been the same people in this country. I ain't talking about worldwide criminals. These are the same judges and the same corrupt cops, the same corrupt DAs, the same corrupt police chiefs are the same people that were throwing all kind of people in jail in the 80s and 70s and 60s and letting the people look like them get away with heinous crimes. But as long as somebody can pay their way, pay off somebody, boom, then we'll look the other way. And that's what's going on. And now they can't control it anymore. Because see, once you lay in bed with the devil, your ass is always going to be on fire. And that's the way it goes. That's why I keep telling young people, man, whenever you get down and out on your luck and everything, that's when you need to dig deep inside your chest, dig real deep, and look in the mirror and say, I'm not falling for the okie doke. Because all you're going to end up doing is being a pawn, and your ass is going to wind up in prison doing heavy time, and that's going to be the end of your life. But all these people in power, they fear nothing. They fear nothing. Now, I'm going to follow up on this case and find out what the hell is going to happen to that attorney and all them. He's got to be disbarred. He has to go to prison. She got to go to jail. But we're going to see what's going to happen, because you know what? The thing called plea bargain is called snitching. They going to snitch out behind closed doors, rat somebody else out that's up at the top. And I guarantee you, when it comes right down to it, in that little jail, in that facility, is going to be the warden. Because at the end of the day, anybody's a CO, let me know if I'm wrong. The warden is responsible for everything that goes down in the prison system, okay? The sheriff is responsible for everything that goes down in the county jail system, okay? So I don't want to hear it's a one-off, this is just two bad apples. And I'm tired of hearing that shit. Man, all cops ain't bad. Man, fucking kick rocks with that shit. If all cops ain't bad, why don't we can just turn on the evening news every single day and night and there's an unjustifiable shoot toward a civilian? There was just recently a case where the dude called the police to get the intruder out of his house, and he had his hands up and the police shot the dude 6 times in the chest and he the one called the police for help. Okay? What about the airman down there in Florida? The sheriff came in his door just because he had his gun in the low ready. They blasted him 4 or 5 times. What about the black lady over here in LA who called the police saying it was an intruder and she had a pot of boiling water in the stove and the motherfucker shot her up in the head? So I don't want to hear it's just a few bad cops, because if it is just a few bad cops, then, well, it's a lot few bad cops. And then another reason why I don't want to hear that bullshit, because if it's only a few bad cops, why we don't never hear anything from the good cops? Why, when there's these unjustifiable shoots, clearly murder with a badge, that's all I call it, murder with a badge. Why don't we never hear a testimony, an interview, or nothing from the good cops and say, man, I don't condone what happened right there. That's some bullshit. That's giving us a black eye. That's making us look bad. Never heard that in my 56 years of life. If someone can show me a news clip of a good cop standing up and saying that was bullshit, that was an unjustifiable shoot, or that guy's been off the chain for many, many years in the police force, and then even when they get popped, the only thing they do is send them over to another police department and carry on the same bad behavior. So, man, I'm getting heated, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. It's a bunch of bullshit. That's why I don't trust authority. I don't trust no authority figure. I don't call 911. I don't care what's going on. I'm not calling shit. Even if I have a home invasion, I lay the motherfucker out. I'm going down the street, calling the police, say, yeah, he's dead in my house. Where are you at? I'm over here in front of the police station. You ain't gonna shoot me in my house after I'm defending myself. No, you gotta be strategic nowadays when you call these cops, because they're all fucking corrupt. And I know somebody's gonna get offended, man. Oh man, not all cops. Don't come to my channel talking about not all cops are bad. Go to somebody else's channel that loves the police and want to back the badge and blindly backing the badge and stand up there on a camera and say, cops are not all cops are bad. Do I know that all cops aren't bad? Yes, I do know that. Do I actually, would I take that to, would I actually put my life on the line on that? Fuck no. Hell no. When I see police officers, I don't see them as protecting civilians. I see them as actually people who are trying to kill civilians. I see them as egomaniacs. I see them as cowardly punks. And the women are just as bad as the men, because they'll try to flex with a male cop in front of them and act all tough and Billy Badass. All the while, what about those cops in Memphis where the chick was sleeping with all the fucking police officers and shit? Remember that case? Man, I ain't trying to hear this shit, man. This is why our country is fucked up. And this is why the kids don't have no respect for authority. So I don't want to hear nobody saying, oh, all the young teenage kids wilding out all across America. Why do you think they're doing that? Why do you think they're doing that? Because the cops do it. They harass them and terrorize their neighborhoods. And they have all these dirty cops working these grassroots areas where all these drugs and, man, let me tell you right now, I live in Oakland, California. I'm from Chicago, South Side, rough cities, right? Let me tell you right now, every bad neighborhood, the shot callers in all those bad neighborhoods got one thing in common with all these communities around America. They'll take the worst neighborhoods, and I'm not going to say ghetto, because that's an overly used term. And to be honest with you, me personally, I think when people say ghetto, they're just saying black. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto, it translates to black, so I don't never use the term ghetto. I don't use the N-word. I don't use none of these derogatory statements. And I'm really going to go in, because what I'm saying is that the one thing that every corrupt little neighborhood, little city, housing development has in common is being ran by top-notch drug lords. And those drug lords have police, judges, DAs, COs, and all those people and sheriffs in their pockets, because their salaries don't match what they make. Do the math, man. Damn, do the math. How do you think some of these fucking rural sheriffs in these little small-ass county and parishes have $60,000 boats, fishing boats, bass boats, big-ass giant trucks off a sheriff's salary? Man, please, man. And everybody no one says nothing like, oh, he wants to save up his money. Ooh, why do all their kids go to all the top universities, but their ass don't even got a college education? Find that very interesting. But yet they gonna ride around their little cruiser with their little punk ass little Mickey Mouse badge and their little punk ass gun that's paid by taxpayers and harass people. All the while they over here letting San Antonio police letting illegal migrants come across the border, hoarding them, protecting them. Okay, does anybody want to discuss that? Pisses me off, man. I just want to come in and just voice my opinion, and I just want everybody to know, don't trust law enforcement. Don't trust your district attorney. Do not trust any of those people. And if you're young and you're thinking about being slick and want to break the rules and break the law and get into corruption, you're not going to make it, bro. Don't do it. Walk the line. Find an honest way to make a living. Stay foundationally a good person. Do things the right way. Take a loss when you can. Do not try to flex and think that you're going to beat the system, because you're not, because it's all set up, man. This whole thing is completely set up, and it's all based off money. So whenever a corrupt entity can find somebody who's desperate or is weak and is clout chasing, they're going to throw a bag of money at them and say, look the other way. In the first places they start to throw bags of money to all these corrupt entities that are out here operating in our country, the first place they throw the bag at is to law enforcement. They get the bag first. If you pay off the local fucking cop or the chief or the sheriff or the sergeant, you can operate with immunity in this country. No one's going to touch you. But if you don't pay them, you can't sell your drugs. You can't traffic your children. You can't do sex trade. You can't run prostitution rings. You can't do any of that stuff. How do you think all the fentanyl getting in here? Border agents. Duh. Border agents. That's how they get this shit up in here. Okay? So anyway, man, I just want to jump on and rant. I'm kind of heated, and but like I said, I ain't gonna lose too much sleep, because I stay in the house. I stay strapped. And again, I don't trust the police. I'll never call 911 under no circumstance. Even if I think something's going bad, I'm calling the fire department. I'll trust them motherfuckers before I trust the police department. Hell no. I'm gonna be like, well, what are you calling here for, sir? Fire? I think I smell gas. I smell gas. Yeah, I smell gas. And then when they get here, it's like, no, man, I shot this dude because it invaded my home. Then they gonna call the police. But guess what? I got the whole fire department at my house now. So you can't just go ahead and murk me in front of everybody. Cameras running. I'm waking the neighbors up. Everybody, get up, get your cameras out. I just called the police. I just shot somebody. And have everybody out there backing me up, man. So that's just what I got for you, man. I just want to come on and let you know how I feel about this case. Houston, yeah, we have a major problem. And I'm not going to just knock Black Eye Houston, because it's really all over the country, man. So drop a comment, man. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. And again, man, get armed. Protect your family. But more importantly, man, don't be trusting these law enforcement, these judges and these DAs. They're all fucking corrupt, man. Everybody stay blessed. Peace.